I would like to call the regular meeting of the Conneaut Area City Schools Board of Education, April 15th meeting to order at this time. Mrs. Miranda, if you would call the roll, please.
Mrs. Armini. Here. Mr. Brecht.
Here.
Mr. Coltman.
Here.
Mr. Nesbitt.
Present.
Mrs. Norton. Here.
If we could all stand and recite the Pledge of Allegiance. The flag is to our backs here. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Agenda modifications. My understanding is that we are going to move number 12 to the number 10 spot, and then the others will follow behind. Just for everyone's information, we will be going into executive session towards the end of the meeting, and we will be coming out of that executive session, and there will be 2 motions afterwards, but we do expect that to take quite a bit of time before we come back. So just as an FYI on that. Any other agenda modifications? Okay, thank you. At this time, we'll move into our Student of the Month. So our Student of the Month for April 2026, the Conneaut Area Chamber of Commerce exists to promote economic, civic, and social improvement while highlighting all that makes the city of Conneaut and surrounding areas a great place to live, work, and play. The Chamber's goals go hand in hand with our district mission statement to inspire, educate, and prepare our students and staff to achieve excellence in every endeavor they pursue. We are proud to have the Chamber recognize a student who works to achieve excellence, making his classroom, his building, and his community a better place to live. Presenting today's award from the Chamber of Commerce is Mr. Jim Kolko.
Thank you. In conjunction with Great Wave Communications, sponsors an award each month to recognize an elementary student for their leadership and academic record. This student truly believes the goals of Gateway Elementary School, striving for academic excellence, demonstrating respect, responsibility, and serving as a positive role model in the building. I want to introduce Ms. Shelley Brown, Assistant Principal. You've come forward here and we'll introduce this month's student, who is Christopher Nevison. Here is your award. Come on up, you can speak. Here's your award, sir. Congratulations to you. Do you want to talk about the student?
Oh, I sure do.
Congratulations, sir.
Such a good one. Mrs. Amy Sanford is Christopher's 5th grade teacher. She could not be here today, so she gave me some words to share. Thank you to the Chamber and the Board for providing opportunities like this to recognize excellence in our students. Today I have the pleasure of recognizing an outstanding student as our Student of the Month. Christopher Nevison is an exemplary 5th grader who truly represents the best of our school. He comes to class each day focused and ready to learn, giving his full effort in everything he does. Christopher consistently earns good grades and high marks on his work, but what truly sets him apart goes beyond academics. Adults will attest to him always being polite, respectful, and hardworking. Students describe him as athletic, likable, a good friend to everyone, and someone they can count on. When thinking about what we hope to see in a student, effort, positive attitude, kindness, responsibility, Christopher checks every box. Every year in my classroom, I spend a lot of time focusing on character traits and how the traits you practice now form who you will become. What makes Christopher especially deserving of this recognition today is his integrity. He consistently does the right thing even when no one is watching. And that is a quality that truly matters, especially in this day and age. Christopher, the way you carry yourself, the effort you give, and the example you set truly make a difference in our school every day. It is my honor to present the Student of the Month Award to Christopher Nevison. With love and encouragement.
Congratulations.
And I have to say, I'm stationed at the car rider doors every morning and dismissal, and every morning he and his brother both come in happy with a smile on their face, ready to learn. And I say good morning to every kid, and not everyone says it back. He does every single day. So Mom and Dad, this all starts in the morning as they get out of the car. So kudos to you, you're doing a great job. Congratulations, Christopher.
Christopher, would you introduce your parents to us?
My mom is Kylie Nevison. My dad is Raymond Nevison.
Okay. All right, the board's going to come up and congratulate you.
All right.
Congratulations, Rachel.
Congratulations, so handsome too. Congratulations, good job.
Looking dapper today.
One more.
I'm bringing up the
You are styling today, sir.
Thank you.
Good job. I'll just go this way. Congratulations, Mom.
Are they grabbing pictures? Or,
Brian already
oh, okay.
snapped a
Okay.
picture.
All right. At this time, we'll have Stephanie Ansevitz, the high school principal, give us an update.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for having me here today. I'm excited to be here to talk about all the things we have going on, kind of recap where we've been the first 3/4 of the year and talk about what we have left to go. I felt like this year was unique with spring break, with the third 9 weeks ending, and we came back and it was April and it was just like time to get everything going. So I feel like, we're at our busy season. I think someone said yesterday there really isn't a slow season in school, but this is probably our busiest of the year, but it's all the exciting stuff that we love looking forward to. So we're in the midst of state testing right now. We've got state testing going on a few days this week and 2 days next week, and we'll wrap that up. Getting ready for all of our year-end concerts and awards programs and events and such, and of course getting ready for graduation. So, and actually this morning when I'm done here, I'm leaving to go to the Youth Philanthropy Celebration Luncheon over at Sheldon Calvary Camp for all the countywide youth philanthropy groups, and that's always such a nice event to celebrate the work of that group. So it's an exciting time to be involved with high school kids. Lots of great things going on. So of course, graduation is our big thing that we're looking forward to on Saturday, May 30th at New Leaf again this year. We have right around 120 students in the class of 2026. So it's a nice sized class. A lot of them are going on to do fantastic things, so we're excited to celebrate them. We also have baccalaureate returning this year. We did not have one of those events last year, but we do have plans for an event this year. We have a great group of students who are leading that together with some local folks from the churches, and that will be held at UCC this year. In the past, it's been held at Corpus Christi, but this year it'll be at UCC on Friday, May 29th, the night before graduation. So it's a nice opportunity. If graduates have families coming into town, they can be here for that on Friday and the ceremony on Saturday. And so we're looking forward to the return of that event this year. We also have a lot of our traditional senior activities planned for May. They're going to do their walk through their old schools at Lakeshore Gateway in the middle school on May 19th. That's always a fun activity for them. They put their caps and gowns on and walk the halls. It always makes me emotional. I think my favorite part is seeing the teachers' reaction to seeing the kids again, and how they've changed. And they may have had them when they were 6 years old, and here they are, 18-year-old, almost adults. So that's always just a really special day, and we'll continue with the picnic and the senior signing day that day for them as well. They'll have their senior class trip to Cedar Point a few days before graduation, that last week of May. They're getting ready, some of our students, for AP exams, so advanced placement testing will take place in May. And then our seniors who are involved in youth leadership will wrap up their 2 years of programming with a celebration later this month, actually in a couple of weeks on April 30th. So lots of things happening for our seniors, and still lots of things we're guiding them towards finishing up. We're encouraging lots of them to apply for scholarships, because we are so blessed in this community to have the support from so many individuals and organizations that help finance the cost of education for our students. And it's really a phenomenal thing to see when we have that senior academic awards the week of graduation, how much money is invested in our students and that they can take away to help support their education. So we really appreciate the partnerships from the various foundations and organizations that support our students. For juniors and seniors, we have prom coming up on May 2nd. So we have some programming in line for students to help them kind of think about making good choices in this upcoming busy season of prom and graduation parties and such. We are taking some students to a program at the Spire, excuse me, actually this Friday. It's a county-wide program, and I believe they're even pulling in schools from neighboring counties. A very large event at Spire that's sponsored by Ashtabula County Safer Communities. Good decision-making, drunk driving, all of those kinds of smart decision presentations for them on Friday. So that will be taking place this week. Juniors in youth leadership will be wrapping up their year on May 7th with a celebration of the projects that they have put together as well. And then we are sponsoring we're not sponsoring it. CACS is putting on a career fair here. We're just providing a nice space for everyone to come, and that'll be on May 12th in the gym. Juniors and seniors are invited to that, and I believe we have over 30 businesses and organizations who are here to talk to our students about different types of careers that are available right here in the community and within the county. So it's always a nice day to welcome them in, and it's a nice thing to kind of watch as the students go from station to station to see them ask good questions about job opportunities or skills that they're looking for. It's always a nice positive event for our juniors and seniors. So our music and theater programs have had a fantastic year. We just finished a few weeks ago the spring musical, Little Shop of Horrors. It was very well attended. It was a great production. So we're always glad to see that program continue to grow. We have some preliminary numbers based on course registrations for next year, and our band is expected to be around 80 total members. So that's with majorettes and drill team, but that's a nice increase from what we've been traditionally, so that program continues to grow. We are adding jazz band as a class next year. So it has always been, in recent years, it's been more of an extracurricular that meets after school. And one thing I will say about a lot of our music students is they do more than just music. And so it's hard to coordinate schedules sometimes or to have that availability for students to be able to come to an after-school practice. So we're excited to be able to offer jazz band during the school day and to make it a more consistent performing group for us. So that's an exciting change for next year. Our band and choir do have some spring concerts coming up on Wednesday, May 13th. Will be the spring band concert, and the spring choir concert is on Thursday, May 21st. So those are just some highlights from our music department, and athletics are in full swing as long as Mother Nature allows. It's been good. We've been 2 for 2 this week so far, but I don't know, today could be iffy, but everything's in the works. Mr. Passinen has some nice field trips lined up for our baseball and softball teams in conjunction with Youngstown State, where the students have an opportunity to go watch a college game. So they've got those scheduled, and I think the girls may be rescheduled because
They were supposed to be,
have
yes.
changed the time. Yeah, so but baseball will be going in May. We are having an American Red Cross blood drive here in the gym. That's a project of National Honor Society, and that's taking place on April 30th. It is open to the community, so if you would like to donate blood, we are accepting donors on April 30th. It's from around 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then just finally, I would like to highlight the accomplishment of some of our students. We have 3 seniors this year, which is a really unique accomplishment for this class in particular. We have 3 seniors who have achieved the rank of Eagle Scout. And so through the scouting program, that's the highest you can achieve, and it involves a lot of project planning and work and leadership, and to have 1 is an accomplishment, and we happen to have 3 in our senior class. So I would like to recognize them. Colton Menser, Hamilton Spiro, and Sean Young were the 3 from the class of 2026 who have earned their Eagle Scout rank this year. So we're very proud of them and proud to call them Spartans. So that concludes my report.
On May 12th, that's a job fair, did you say, or is it,
Yes, the career fair.
and is it open like after school, or is it?
It's from 9 to 11 in the morning. So it's just, we move the juniors through, and then in 2 different time sessions. The juniors come through and then the seniors.
Jazz band, if students are not able to schedule it, can they still be part of the jazz band? How's that gonna work?
I believe so, because we have been able to work with ATEX students as far as regular band.
Marching band.
So I know that's something Miss Mason is very flexible with, so.
And you talked about Access. I was at our Access board meeting yesterday. There is a little bit of money left from Gear Up, like $2,500. So we're gonna have like a program next
Yes.
year that we can do, like a junior day or something for them.
Yeah,
too.
there's a couple things that Dr. Dobrin is working on. Maurice Martin, who is a Conneaut grad and has been here in the past to speak to our students, had reached out and is interested in coming back. He loves to come back and talk with our students and does some fantastic programming with them about future planning and all kinds of things. And so we are looking at a possibility of having him come back to talk with juniors, hopefully sometime in May. We're working on that. But yes, also we're looking at a junior family night, which is something that Gear Up and Access have done in the past and was very helpful for students, because it seems like all of these processes that, you know, when I was in college started much later in my senior year are now starting in junior year for kids who are intending to be college bound. So they found that that was something very helpful for them to have, is to have a junior family night in the spring to start that process, because really that college application process is starting now for juniors. You know, before it used to be you'd start in the fall and maybe decide by November or December, but now it's like applications are done by August. So trying to stay ahead of that and help them be prepared.
And the doors, and the nice Spartan covering that's on the doors.
Yes,
That's so
yes.
nice.
Yeah, we got those through Herf Jones. I had gone to a conference in the fall and visited vendor tables, and they told me that we won $1,000 for the school. And so they do all kinds of products, from yearbooks to graduation apparel to, they do graphics and a lot of design work too. And he had showed us a catalog, and I said that would be really nice. You know, I've seen those at other schools, and it's really nice for security.
Yeah,
Plus, it just looks nice. So
Yeah,
we were
yeah, it
fortunate
looks
to be
really
able
nice
to.
when you're walking up. I
Especially
noticed
out
it
there.
before, but it looks really nice.
Yeah.
Especially for the office being right there. It
Right.
would make me feel so comfortable to know
Right.
that they cannot
It's
see.
just hard, hard to see,
Right.
yeah, but we can see out very clearly, so. From the inside, it looks like there's
Yes.
nothing on them.
It
so.
does. Amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Good.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy your luncheon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Public participation, any delegations and visitors?
There's no one signed up.
Is it possible to say something?
Yes, can Mr. Baird speak?
Pardon?
Mr. Baird would like to speak.
No, thanks.
Hi, I'm Larry Barrett.
Would you, I'm fine, I think we're fine with that. If you would just complete the paperwork
Sure.
behind you.
Sure.
That would be fine, so, yes.
Happy to.
Yeah, you'll need to.
I don't have my last minute, but in general, you know, we encourage, I think we have a 5-minute time limit. Normally I have a spiel that I read, so, let me read that real quick. Yep. Yeah, just in general, what I just said, you know, you do have 5 minutes, and then if you would, when you're done, just kindly sign and complete, that would be great. Thank you.
I don't talk that much, for those of you who know me, so I won't be that long, but I'm Larry Baird. I'm president of the Conneaut Music Boosters. Most of you are at least mildly aware of me, I think. I just wanted to come and express my gratitude and appreciation to everyone. There's multiple people, Ms. Anford's left, but Ms. Riley, the board, everybody, I feel like I went with the kids as a chaperone on the Universal trip with the band, and it went so well, and from being able to be with the kids, I could tell it was, for many of them, the highlight of their life, I believe. It was just a wonderful trip from beginning to end. We we did spend a lot of time planning it. It went well. I had very few things we didn't anticipate. But I just wanted to thank everyone for allowing us to do that, for helping us to do that. I'll say just in general, I feel like the system is working now the way it's supposed to. We have, the administration is finding us great teachers. Miss Mason, we work closely with her. She's excited to do a lot of things with the band, which is just a great opportunity for the kids. A lot of the kids don't have these opportunities on their own. And the board and the district allow us to do these things, and the community comes in and helps us fundraise, and we have a good group of parents to chaperone and help out. So I just wanted to, I know, you don't always hear a lot of different perspectives on these things, and I just wanted to make sure and come and thank you and let you know it went very well. It's going very well, and just thank you for everything.
I'll take a quick moment. I think I probably can speak on behalf of the board. The efforts of the boosters, Miss Mason, the efforts are they set the bar. That should be the standard for our district, and we just so appreciate the support that you provide to our students, the ability for them to potentially, have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So thank you for your support.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
And I want to speak on my behalf because I can't speak for them. But I can, just especially to you and Mrs. Baird, you have a graduating senior, a second of two. I'm assuming you'll still be involved, but probably not as involved. But your leadership with the boosters has helped turn it around as well. So it's everybody working together, and I think your particular leadership has helped also move the district forward. So we appreciate what both you and Catherine have done.
Appreciate that. I'm locked in to be president for one more year, the way the terms work, so they have to deal with me for one more year. I'll probably still be
Glad you're here.
So,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
Moving on to committee reports. Mr. Coleman, legislative.
Correspondence.
Oh yeah, correspondence. Yes, sorry. Do we have any correspondence?
Check.
There we go, yes.
I believe Ms. Riley is going to be speaking more about the legislative stuff here, but I'll defer to her at this point in time.
All right. Bless you. Thank you. A tech report. We continue to fill classes. We have a waiting list out there. I know Conneaut is well represented out there, and so if any students are looking for the 10th grade program or any of the junior programs, this is the time to get signed up. They had sign up. We have sign up days out there as well. So we've had a lot of stuff going on out there. So that's all I have for ATEC. We'll move on to Athletic Council Spark Report. Mr. Brent.
I'll have a very, very brief report as opposed to no report. Monday, you'll start to see some groundbreaking on the turf at the stadium. So that way, got to say it so nobody's surprised when they see stuff going on.
Well, there's big machines there now.
Yeah, I was going to
Yes,
say,
there are big machines there now.
Big machines, because I passed them turning down.
But they start on Monday.
But
So
they
they've
start
been
on
delivered.
Monday, okay.
That's it.
All right, thank you. Mrs. Armini, Student Achievement Report.
Okay. I'd like to thank Mrs. Hayes for the report. Power of the Pen team member Ava Hyde will compete in the state tournament held at Ashland University on May 18th. Lakeshore's Book Blast kickoff on April 14th. This is an initiative to get more books in our students' homes. And then she sent a letter which I'll read about that. Hello, community supporters of our little Spartans. At Lakeshore Primary School, we are excited to kick off our book blast on Tuesday, April 14th. This initiative will not only ensure that every student in our building receives at least one book to take home, but will also help build our students' home libraries, strengthen their literacy skills, and set up for success both in and out of the classroom. Would you consider sponsoring our students? Every dollar will go directly toward books and educational resources for our students and teachers. And I do have a QR code and some information if you would like to sponsor a student and donate some money toward the book initiative. Several of our art students were recognized for their outstanding artwork at the Conneaut Community, it's not Conneaut Community Center, at the Conneaut Arts Center show last month. Lakeshore students celebrated Right to Read Week just before spring break. Students were able to shop for 5 books to take home and add to their home libraries. And I think this is wonderful that they have these opportunities. Kindergarten Roundup is next Monday, April 20th. Incoming preschool and kindergarten students will have the opportunity to register for school. Lakeshore received a $60,000 grant for a summer program for incoming kindergarten students. The program will run for 3 weeks in June and 2 weeks in August. Transportation will be provided through the grant. Mrs. Brockway has met with the members of the Lions Club to coordinate this program and with Safety Town. It's testing season, and students in grades 3 through 8 will take the Ohio State test in ELA and math, with 5th and 8th grade students also taking the science test. High school students test in algebra, geometry, ELA, biology, American history, and government. AP testing will also take place in early May. Spring sports are in full swing. Our youth leadership and youth leadership 2 students are finishing up their program years. Our juniors have a showcase on May 7th, and our seniors will have recognition breakfast on April 30th. And that is my report.
Thank you. City Council report, Mrs. Norton.
We have Spartan for April, and it is Isabel Neckel, I think it is Neckel, nominated by Mr. Hedrick. She was recognized at Monday, April 13th meeting of Conneaut City Council.
Thank you. We, from the board president report, we are continuing our treasurer's search, and I believe on Saturday, well, today we should be receiving emails to access the platform, and then I think on Saturday there'll be some potential candidates being released for our review. So I just ask that we keep our eyes on our emails today and get accepted, logged in. If there's any issues, they can help us until 5 o'clock today, I believe are their hours. So with that, I don't have anything further. So we'll move on to the superintendent's report.
Okay, short report, a lot of papers. I want to start this morning by remembering Mr. John Palacia, who passed away over break, and then also remembering again Mrs. Bernardini. Her services were over spring break as well. Both of them remembered the Conneaut Music Boosters as part of their donation. So again, giving back to our students. I knew Mr. Palacia. He was not working while I was here, but I knew him from Rotary. So that was quite a shock, but just remember former administrator from our district. We're completing interviews at Lakeshore and Gateway for new hires. So we're wrapping up and making recommendations. They'll be coming to you in the next couple months once we get all the paperwork in. Some former students that have been here since I've been here that would like to come back. So that's always good to see when we have students that want to come back and work at the district that supported them. As Mr. Coltman said, I do have some information. I attended a BASA regional meeting over spring break. A lot of the information in the House is still the financial tax information, but there were some things that came out of the Senate that's in committee, one of which is career ed programming, and I'll talk about what Mr. Kennedy's doing for 7th and 8th, but there's a possibility that could be for 6th grade as well. Also, there are math and English diagnostics for K to 3. that are state approved. The iReady that we're currently using is not approved for math. The state knows that a lot of districts use that. I reviewed with Gateway and Lakeshore on Monday all of this information. They're still in discussion as to what iReady could happen because it's one of the top 3 that is being used throughout the state right now. However, Carrie and a representative from Lakeshore and a representative from Gateway are going to go to a math diagnostic vendor fair, but they're only going to go at the time of 2 other vendors because iReady not only is our diagnostic, but it's also our gifted identification and dyslexia identification. So we want to try to find something, if we can't use iReady, that will still check off all 3 boxes. So I did a little research. I sent them the information on this other vendor. Carrie's going to ask if a 3rd vendor works. It comes at a great time because our contract with iReady is up. So if we have to make a switch, this is a good time. One of the things they talked about in our meeting was, districts will renew for 3 or 5 years because you save money, which is what we did on the onset. But we are at the end of our 5-year, so we are not obligated to stay with iReady. There's some learning paths that we've talked about with iReady that the Wonders curriculum could also do. So Mrs. Zappatelli is I met with her yesterday, she's having her staff look at those learning paths to see if those will also fill the gaps of the learning paths that iReady does. So we're looking at that curriculum change. But while I know Carrie was on spring break, but I sent her that right away. I'm like, did you know? So we're on top of it, and if we have to change to something else, we'll bring that to you as well.
Can I ask you a question about that? Is that disruptive to everything that's been set up? So you're in iReady and now you're on a path to move along, and then to stop that to start something else, is that, do you know what I'm asking you?
Right.
I would feel that if it's working.
So we've had some good discussion. When we first started with iReady, we thought that was going to be our reading curriculum, and so the diagnostics and the learning paths all fit well together. And then we could not use iReady as our reading curriculum, but we kept the testing part of it and the learning paths. Because the state wouldn't let us use iReady as curriculum, so we switched to Wonders.
Right.
So now we've got Wonders and iReady. So we're juggling 2 again.
Okay.
If Wonders learning path aligns, then, and if we had to do just a different assessment, it would be something new, but the diagnostics are just a short period of time. You have to give them 3 times a year. There's good and bad about iReady. What Lakeshore doesn't like about iReady, the learning path piece of it, it's a lot of computer time. And Carrie would like to see teachers doing that high dosage tutoring rather than a computer. But in the same breath, what Don likes about the iReady is those learning paths, so that no matter where a student is, not just the students that need remediation, but the students that need stretched, they're also seeing growth. So we don't want to get rid of the learning paths and just tutor the students that need the tutoring, because we want to make sure the students that need growth on the other end are also growing. So, from Monday to Thursday or Tuesday, well, that was 2 days. The last 2 days, we've had a lot of conversation about this particular topic because the state, now is telling us you've got to change for next year.
And I wonder too for the teachers.
Right,
because they learn a system, they get it going, and then all of a sudden they have to change that system now because, you know what I mean? So now everything that they've worked on for the last few years to get that up and then, then all of a sudden they have to change it again.
And the same conversations I've had with administrators, we had with the teachers at the last Literacy Bridge meeting. So, the teachers who like iReady, who don't want to use iReady, who would rather have. This is what's nice is that we're aligned. That we're having the same conversations at Lakeshore and Gateway. Where the conversations are different is, where you start to not see 3 years of growth is by the time you get to Gateway.
Yes.
Because you're not seeing that yet at Lakeshore. Right. So that's where you see some of the differences of why we need a little bit different, but we want to stay as consistent as possible. So if we're going to use a learning path, we're going to use a learning path because we want to keep that, we want to grow the older kids too, or
Okay,
the higher level kids.
Yeah, it's just,
Yeah,
the
and it'd be
concern
one
of,
more thing.
like
And it's-
changing, you just get
It's
set.
a
and
meeting
you
March
change.
30th that
Yeah.
we're sitting at, that we hear, hey, by the way, now, Carrie and I were signed up for a webinar on Friday about this topic, and the state canceled the webinar.
Oh.
So, we're not quite sure, but they're still gonna go to the vendor
Okay.
fair. Exact Path, it's Edmentum, that's the one that would still check off dyslexia and gifted. So we could just give one screener, because that's the other thing too, then you're testing kids 3 different times with 3 different screeners. We don't want to do that.
Right.
We want one tool that will check all 3
Right.
boxes.
Okay,
So
sorry,
that
that
would
just
be the
was my
one.
concern.
Yeah, well, it's always something new. So
Certain is dictated to us.
that's what's going on.
Yeah.
I also attended over spring break a community relations meeting at the prison. It's a nice group, a cross group of community members. They're doing some really nice things over there. If we would ever need anything, they're always willing to help. We'll have those every quarter. I like how everyone says spring sports are in full swing, because I said they're somewhat underway. I texted Mr. Passinen earlier and said I'm planning on going to the softball game tonight, and he said, tell your husband you'll be home for dinner. So, with the rain, you're at the mercy of the fields, and the CLYO fields, for as hard as we try, with rain scheduled again this afternoon, that doesn't look like it's gonna happen. We already mentioned Kindergarten Roundup is happening April 20th. I will say, I was just told this morning by Stacy Piper, there are already 117 students signed up for Kindergarten Roundup. The way that Mrs. Brockway has scheduled this, that, we get the word out early, we anticipate our numbers ahead of time instead of a rolling enrollment that's happening in June and July and August. But already as of today, and I'm going to push it out later this week just to remind everyone, there's already 117 students signed up for kindergarten. With 6 teachers, we'll have to see what else pops up. And then also that day we start negotiations with CCEA, and I'm looking forward to it. So we have a good partnership with them. So we'll start our negotiations, and we do short amounts of time. We're about 10 to 1 for a few days in April, and hopefully that's all we'll need. I do have the reminder, and then about the treasurer portal opening up, and then we have our first meeting on the 22nd at 9 to review those. And Robin has everything ready to go about those special meetings, so she'll send that out as well. Carrie did mention Carrie Brockway's $60,000 grant for kindergarten readiness boot camp. It will serve 40 students, so with about 120 signed up, it'll only service a third of those. In the past, Mrs. Brockway had done a 3-day readiness camp on her own. The district had funded 3 days in August, and this will actually be 5 weeks, 3 weeks in June and 2 weeks in August. We did have a great meeting with the Lions Club. They're going to attach Safety Town to the end of the first 2 weeks in June. So the students will come to kindergarten readiness boot camp and then stay for Safety Town. We are able to transport them there. I'm still thinking if we send all 40, but I'm working on that other piece of how we're gonna get them home. It's 5 weeks of pre-kindergarten is what they're going to get, so that when they come in August, they're ready to go, and they've learned how to use the water fountains, how to walk in a line, how to do all those social skills, because, as you know, when we talk about reading, and Carrie shared this yesterday, the Rotary was at Lakeshore, in kindergarten they're identifying adjectives, and they have to take a crayon and circle the adjective. So we're much more advanced than kindergarten 50 years ago when I went. I'm very proud of the work she put in to service these 40 students And that's a nice sum of money that we'll be able to.
How do they choose the
Yeah,
students?
so I was gonna say.
I think some of it has to do with our socioeconomic status. She applied early. So her itinerary is 9 to 9:30 circle time, then reading instruction, recess, snack, math instruction, classroom centers, and a daily recap. So she had to do a whole plan as to what we would be doing. But they're using the creative curriculum for preschool in June, and then the Wonders curriculum in August to get them ready. So,
So do they choose them based on the screening when they register for kindergarten?
no,
So it's all the kids in Conneaut will
Yes.
participate. So the choosing was what districts got the money. So every kid that's going to go to kindergarten next year will go to this.
Oh, I thought it was only 40
well, they can
students.
serve 40.
Oh,
So,
I
It's
thought it was
only
all.
40
no,
students.
40 students.
Only 40 students. And
So-
they'll go all
So there'll
the
be,
weeks?
so what the roundup is they do their screening, and then in the gym, there are stations.
The parents can sign up
They
for
can
that?
sign up, and then they'll have to determine internally who those 40 students will be. Now, it's 5 weeks, and the first choice will be for whoever will commit to 5 weeks. They know realistically, like not maybe everybody because of vacations can plan
Sure.
to those 5 weeks, but we can only service 40. So the state chose us based on our application. And then it's an option at the station when they go around, would you be interested in this? And then they'll determine who those 40 students will be.
And how long is their day? How long are they there?
It's from 9 to noon,
9 to-
and then the first 2 weeks would be 9 to 1 with Safety Town.
With the
If they
extra.
choose that. And we're hoping with the partnership with the Lions Club that will increase Safety Town numbers then. Because, the first week we can, we're hoping to service 40 each week.
Yeah.
Yeah, and from the safety town factor is that if a child doesn't go from the 9 to noon, they're still most welcome to
Right.
to participate in like the second week of Lions Club. Will probably be a little bit where we expand some of our kids that come, because sometimes we get out of the area kids that want to participate. We typically have allowed that, so. Yes, we appreciate that. I'm excited about the busing thing too, that just helps parents out in so many different ways.
And how many kids can go to Safety Town each week?
It's a lot. It's like
Yeah.
60.
Yeah,
okay,
Because
so there's
the
gonna be
idea
more
is that
kids
they get
there.
every kid through.
Okay.
But they each do a week. Now,
Right,
it
Safety
used to be
Town's a
more than
week,
an
I know
hour.
that, but.
Yeah, it used to be, but we're not, that was the thing, is that because we're working together, we're not gonna have to duplicate some of the things that are
Yeah.
going on
Gotcha.
in the 9 to 12, so.
Some of the classroom activities.
Yep.
Or like playground safety can be part of it. That some of the curriculum can be intertwined with the classroom, so they're gonna meet and go and see like what can be done in the 9 to noon time, and then what has to be done in the 12 to 1 time.
And it's going to be really helpful because, we're still going to have our student volunteers, and it'll help, I think, keep the kids focused as well. I think they've struggled a little bit with that, so.
So, and that's something we shared, that was shared with us, the students that do that work at Safety Town, are guaranteed their 25 hours. We're still going to guarantee that because they're going to come that last hour and still help at the boot camp. So they'll still get their normal hour, their 2 hours or 2.5 hours.
Every day.
And then the hands-on part of Safety Town will be the 12 to 1. So the city and the bikes and the fire trucks and the police cars but they're riding the bus.
Both SROs are going to be there this year.
Yeah. And they're riding the bus. So like normally,
They do a
they're going to
session
ride the
bus
bus a lot more than they normally would. Yeah.
How do students volunteer?
Pardon?
Where do the students that would like to help volunteer?
They can reach out to me and I can facilitate getting them to Jody Pape. Jody Pape is our director, so between myself and Jody Pape, they can reach out to Matt Pape as well. And
I think they do a sign up in the office too,
Pardon?
because I think they do a sign up in the office because it's usually 9th grade is typically, some kids do a little bit earlier, but they're typically looking for high school kids.
And with Mrs. Pape at the middle school, I think she announces it there as well for anybody coming into 9th grade.
Right.
So I I know I've heard announcements at our place too, so. Yeah, so we're excited about that, and new kindergartners, lots of them. I did receive a letter
These
from.
COVID babies, right? Is that
What?
where we're coming up on
Might
COVID
be.
babies?
Well, it's been 6 years, so
Yeah.
they kept them home, I guess. I did get a letter from the Department of Education and Workforce that our district, Conneaut Area City Schools, under the student group accountability, we're on a watch for our students with disabilities not passing the math test, statewide, district-wide, and then Gateway, the middle school and the high school. So what we have to do is go in and update our one plan to address the needs of students with disabilities. And we have to have an improvement goal and one or more strategies for improving achievement and progress. So hopefully Friday, Carrie and I can get in and look at that. We talked about that yesterday as well. Allison's willing to help. It's just that one particular subgroup, because it could be gifted students, English learners, economically disadvantaged students, and students with disabilities across curriculums, but it's just students with disabilities in math. So that's the only area. We're potentially going to have support from the state support team, but I have not heard from them, so I don't know what that means as far as if they're coming back. In your packet is the middle school program of studies. I referenced CTE, Career Tech Education. Mr. Kennedy has worked very hard on incorporating CTE classes into the middle school. Right now, we do have Jen Wiegraff's computer classes. What happens when you change a class from a regular class to a CTE class is we get career tech funding. And it covers a portion, not all of the teachers' funding, we wish, but a portion of the teachers' funding, and then money for supplies. So we've been able, this year I think we bought some drones for her class, all of her robotics. And so now with the state saying you have to reach 7th and 8th grade and potentially 6th, we met with Mr. Woldega from ATEC and Krista Sheen, and looked at all of Jim's course offerings. And so I'm just going to highlight a few of the things in his course guide. He does have that students that do not perform at grade level on the Ohio State test will be placed in a second reading and or math class as an intervention to support their academic needs. These courses will be assigned automatically to students and will replace other electives not required by law. These courses will appear as reading lab or math lab on student schedules. Part of that 3rd grade guarantee with the reading improvement plans, the RIMPs, they had RIMPs at the Gateway. Well, now the RIMPs have to follow students into the middle school. So this year we've had to service students on RIMPs in 6th grade, and now they'll have to service next year 6th and 7th. So he's rearranged his staff to have them cover those students on RIMPs in 6th and 7th, next year in 7th grade. And then with the retirement of Mrs. Howard and the numbers here at the high school, there's not the need to replace her. So we'll be able to keep Miss Grimmett at the middle school another year, and she does the math intervention. At some point, she'll be coming up here, but for the time being, she's doing the math intervention, so he has that covered. On this page he explains the career technical education. Now this is current because if it changes, it'll change, but starting with the 26-27, state law requires students to take courses at the 7th and 8th grade level in the career technical field. These courses at CMS will focus on career explorations through hands-on learning. Courses cover areas like engineering, business, health, and wellness related fields, graphic design, electrical work, plumbing, 3D printing, and robotics. The courses at CMS that will support CTE are Tech 1 and Tech 2. Those are current classes. And then new classes are home maintenance and repair, engineering, logic, and physics, Art 1 and Art 2, 7th and 8th grade allied health and physical education. So then he has the course descriptions for those. And these are all new, and you're going to be asked to approve this. So Art 1 has been changed So it's now, so it'll cover both a fine arts credit and a CTE credit. It'll cover both basic and advanced experiences and using the elements of art and principles of design, 2D media. Now where it comes with career, the students will learn about careers in graphic design, communication industries. They will learn how safety, efficiency, timeline, teamwork, and ethics relate to work. So by adding that career layer into the typical Art 1 class, we can change it to a CTE class and then get that additional funding. So same thing with Art 2. So for Art 2, that will build on Art 1 and the same career proponents will be fulfilled. So it's not just here's art, but here's how you can have a career in art. And so Mrs. Kennedy will be working all summer on building the career piece of the art class. So that's how we're going with CTE for art. And then in allied health and physical education, it's a middle school career and tech education allied health and phys ed course. By the end of the course, students will understand the connection between physical activity, overall wellness, and career opportunities in the health and fitness industries while building skills that support lifelong health and academic skills. So they'll look at career pathways in healthcare, sports medicine, athletic training, physical therapy, fitness training, and public health through project-based learning and hands-on experiences. And again, they'll be given time this summer and career course, what do you call that, pay?
Supplement.
Well, they'll be given a supplemental, so they're not gonna actually do it on their own. They'll be given time this summer and paid to then build that career piece of their curriculum. So Mr. Armini and Mr. Campbell will be doing that. Tech 1 and Tech 2, we've already had digital meeting. And then this is what I'm most excited about, and it's, don't tell him I told you this, but it's what I wish Mr. Riley had when he was in school. Because we have a washing machine guy there today to put in a part. But anyways, it's an engineering, logic, and physics class and a home repair and maintenance. And Mr. Lytle and Mr. Van Slyke will be doing these courses, actually both who have been at my house to paint. So they have hands-on engineering projects for middle schoolers, foster creative thinking through design challenges like building cardboard roller coasters, toothpick bridges, or Rube Goldberg machines. Key activities include egg drop landers, solar-powered cars, hydraulic lifts, and earthquake-resistant structures, which teach principles of force, energy, and material science. These projects often utilize simple, accessible materials like recycling, straw, popsicle sticks, and tape. And then the home repair and maintenance. Mr. Lytle actually has an associate's degree in electrical engineering. So he's well certified, to teach this course. But it'll cover installation and repair of framing systems, water and waste systems, electrical systems, and mechanical applications that relate to interior and exterior home maintenance, safety procedures, the use of common tools, hardware and materials, the use of building plans. They'll expose students to trades, professions, and career opportunities related to the maintenance and repair of all structures and systems that are common to daily living. They'll select and install basic ductwork components, operations and maintenance of heating and cooling, like just for middle school kids, like such a great opportunity for them. With that career money, then we'll be able to purchase what they need for these courses. Because there won't be a fee for the students to take these classes. So I'm super excited for what we're doing. He's worked with Mrs. McKee to make sure that everybody's certified. Mrs. Ansovitz is doing something, a career exploration class here with Mr. Bidwell. Just some great things happening. Now, Mr. Riley can take a computer apart and put it back together again, so I don't want to sell him short, but it's just that home repair that he didn't have to learn how to do because his dad was a minister and the church just fell away. So also in your packet is the facility use agreement from Slippery Rock. If you remember, Miss Mason was here and went over that. And so that is in your packet for your review. It's the same place, she said it was the same cost as last year, and then anything that they do fundraising will help reduce those costs for those students. And then he's not here to present, he's in there if we need him. There's a lot about cybersecurity. We are working with Neoman, our governing board, and our A-site, and I do sit on the governing board for Neoman. We're working with them and being a part of their cybersecurity team. There's a resolution in your packet to comply with Ohio House Bill 96, which requires political subdivisions, including school districts, to establish and maintain a cybersecurity program and to strengthen the ability to protect sensitive data and technology systems by adopting the NIST Cybersecurity Framework version 2.0. So a little bit of background on this. The House Bill 96 went into effect September 30th, 2025, and it mandates that we have a cybersecurity program. This was released in 2024, the one that we're going into. It's a recognized model used by government and industry. It's a flexible, risk-based approach to managing cybersecurity through 6 key functions: govern, identity, protect, defend, response, and recover. It ensures legal compliance, enhances resilience, and demonstrates the board's commitment to safeguarding data and maintaining community. So there's an attached resolution adopting the cybersecurity framework, and then implementation will require ongoing staff time, training, and technology improvements. Costs will be managed through prioritizing based on risk, existing budgets, and future planning. And then, so there's work on my part, on Jackie's part, on our admin's part, and we'll put a team together to work on this with Neoman. So NIST stands for, Eric, the National Institute of Standards and Technology. So there's your acronym.
New one.
So Brian and I will be the people responsible to oversee this, and then we'll be working with our team to implement that. So that is also in your program. And finally, Mrs. Ansovitz spoke about baccalaureate, and I have been honored by the senior class. They asked me to be their faculty speaker. So I will be speaking at baccalaureate. They wanted to make sure it was okay, separation of church and state, but it's a separate entity from the district. So probably one of the highlights of my career to be chosen to do that. So I look forward to doing that. And very excited. This is a wonderful class, and to have the students resurrecting, that's probably not a good word, bringing back baccalaureate, and to do all the planning themselves is just a testament to this particular senior class. So
Yeah,
I'm excited for that. Yes, me too. I hope so too. That concludes my report.
Thank you.
Okay.
You said it was going to be short.
Well, short report, but a lot of
Oh.
paperwork. It was on paperwork.
Didn't feel short.
I did
Yeah.
I did time it, so you have to be shorter than that.
Short about that, but okay.
It was interesting.
It was
2 minutes.
informative. Thank you.
2 minutes.
117 kids from kindergarten. That's good news.
That is good.
All right, thank you, and we'll move on to Mrs. Miranda's treasurer's report.
Okay, thank you, Mr. President. A couple things, again, the donations. Every month, I know I say it every month, but it continues to impress me monthly how our community holds together to support the school district with their donations. The Eagles Club, the athletic boosters, reimbursing for equipment that students need for athletics. The FOP Lodge, the music boosters, they're just so supportive of us. And even our own employees with their Spark donations, payroll deducted, that's an impressive thing too. And as a reminder, all those Spark donations are matched by a private donor, so that's an added bonus. One of the things we're going to be doing, which should not see any effect to classified staff or hourly staff, we're transitioning to a different time clock system. It's basically going to happen on the backside. It's going to be cloud-based instead of in the little computer box, but it'll be a minor change, and we're working with Brian to accomplish that. Our audit was complete August 31st, and it was submitted. It was a clean, unmodified audit, which is very, very good. There's a few management comments, and you all received that information, but overall it was a clean, unmodified audit, which is what you always strive to have. So we're very pleased about that. We're beginning our pre-end-of-year review and processes in payroll and budgetary. We're going to Neoman for some trainings, whether it's virtual or going in person. But there's things we need to do to prepare to do end of year, and we're starting at that already. I've been out of the office 11 days. I'm going to go to the office after we're done with the meeting, and I'll be hit and miss for the next few weeks. But I'll be able to do some things from home. They can always access me, and I really appreciate Abby Brockway as my assistant treasurer. She's been able to keep the ship moving forward. She's been able to direct Robin and Alex on things that need to get done, and it's much appreciated because of her knowledge of the district, with her history and her experience. She knows what needs to be done, and she can keep us moving, so I appreciate that. Time.
Excellent.
Seriously?
Give her another chance.
That was short.
All right, thank you. We will move on to our recommendations for approval at this time. So I will ask for a motion to approve 04-2026-01, that the board approve the minutes of the regular meeting of March 18, 2026 as enclosed.
So made.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll.
Mrs. Armini?
Yes.
Mr. Brecht?
Yes.
Mr. Coltman?
Yes.
Mr. Nesbit?
Yes.
Mrs. Norton?
Yes.
I'd like to ask for a motion to approve 04-2026-02, that the board approve the financial report as enclosed.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Brecht?
Yes.
Mr. Coltman?
Yes.
Mr. Nesbit?
Yes.
Mrs. Norton?
Yes.
Mrs. Armini?
Yes.
Ask for a motion to approve 04-2026-03, that the board approve the following donations. And I will read these individually because, again, we do appreciate the support that we receive, and oftentimes those amounts are worth twice as much. So $500 from the Fraternal Order of Eagles for the Spark Fund, and another $18.50 from the Eagles for the Spark Fund, and a donation of $387.50 from the Athletic Boosters for the class of 2029, a donation in the amount of $961 from the Athletic Boosters for the class of 2029 as well, a donation in the amount of $898.68 from the Conneaut Area City Schools employees donating to Spark, donation in the amount of $100 from the FOE for the National Honor Society. I should circle back on that, Fraternal Order of Police, sorry about that, for the National Honor Society, and a donation in the amount of $250 from the Athletic Boosters for the National Honor Society Fund as well. So I'll ask for a motion to approve that, please.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
I just want to say those last two were from the dodgeball night, which
Okay.
was a fun event.
Thank you. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Coltman?
Yes.
Mr. Nesbit?
Yes.
Mrs. Norton?
Yes.
Mrs. Armini?
Yes.
Mr. Brecht?
Yes.
I'll ask for a motion to approve 04-2026-04, that the board approve the following list of Conneaut High School seniors, class of 2026, as certified by the high school principal for diplomas, pending satisfactory completion of state and local requirements, and those are as follows.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
So listed here are how many? Do we know? So how many,
119 maybe?
is that how many we think will walk?
Well, that's current, we don't know till
Okay.
they fill out, we have a better idea a couple weeks before.
Oh, okay.
But even, I mean, I've been there at practice,
Yeah.
and they think they have a number,
Yeah.
and then kids don't show up
Don't
at practice.
show up
So
anyways. Okay.
we really know on Friday.
Okay. Well, I need a round figure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Nesbit?
Yes.
Mrs. Norton?
Yes.
Mrs. Armini?
Yes.
Mr. Brecht?
Yes.
Mr. Coltman?
Yes.
Ask for a motion to approve 04-2026-05, that the board approve second reading of the following policies and revisions as enclosed.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call the roll, please.
Mrs. Norton?
Yes.
Mrs. Armini?
Yes.
Mr. Brecht?
Yes.
Mr. Coltman?
Yes.
Mr. Nesbit?
Yes. Ask for a motion to approve 04-2026-06, that the board approve the Conneaut Marching Band Facilities Use Agreement for Slippery Rock University as enclosed.
So made.
Second.
Any further?
Payment-wise, who pays for this?
The boosters.
The boosters pay for it? Is there any responsibility for payment for the kids, or is it all paid for by boosters?
Whatever the boosters raise, like for fundraising, then there's that helps offset the cost for the students.
Okay.
And then the students pay.
Whatever the difference,
Whatever
if there's a
is-
difference. Okay, just to verify how it was getting paid.
Like there's a current fundraiser going on now. My granddaughter, I just saw it. It's, you pick a date in the month and
Oh,
you
yeah.
pay that amount of money. And then it goes, the checks or whatever go to the music
Yeah,
boosters.
okay.
So that's how.
Just making sure that, that was covered.
But we work with them on liability insurance and, so.
Okay.
And then I would believe that there's some scholarships available, maybe if a student has some difficulties. Would that be accurate? Okay. All right. Thank you.
No child doesn't go because of cost.
Okay.
All right, we'll go ahead and call the roll, please.
Mrs. Armini?
Yes.
Mr. Brecht?
Yes.
Mr. Coltman?
Yes.
Mr. Nesbit?
Yes.
Mrs. Norton?
Yes.
Ask for a motion to approve 04-2026-07, that the board approve the resolution to adopt the NIST Cybersecurity Framework version 2.0 as the official cybersecurity program framework for the Conneaut Area City School District.
So made.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Brecht?
Yes.
Mr. Coltman?
Yes.
Mr. Nesbit?
Yes.
Mrs. Norton?
Yes.
Mrs. Armini?
Yes.
Thank you. I ask for a motion to approve 04-2026-08, that this board approve the Conneaut Middle School Course Description Guide for the 26-27 school year as enclosed.
So moved.
Second?
Any further discussion?
I'd just like to say I'm very impressed with the combination for those courses, because I always thought I wanted to do something with art. And really, if you just think you're going to paint, how are you going to make a living for most people? But to offer different avenues in all those different courses to help you think about possibly really having a career, I just think that's really great that they're doing that.
Yeah, I agree, because you didn't have the connection to different careers and where to
How to
utilize those
the opportunities
Yes,
to do
yes.
different things.
I'm envisioning a disclaimer that says we're not responsible for your 8th grader tearing apart your dishwasher.
But you may appreciate it. You may end up appreciating it.
Well, if they
But
tear it
you
apart,
have-
they have to put it back
You have old
together.
VCRs at home, send them in.
We'll go ahead and call the roll, please.
Mr. Coltman?
Yes.
Mr. Nesbit?
Yes.
Mrs. Norton?
Yes.
Mrs. Armini?
Yes.
Mr. Brecht?
Yes.
I'd like to ask for a motion to approve 04-2026-09, that the board approve step movement for the following certified personnel serving under a continuing contract for the 26-27 school year as follows.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Nesbit?
Yes.
Mrs. Norton?
Yes.
Mrs. Armini?
Abstain.
Mr. Brecht?
Yes.
Mr. Coltman?
Yes.
Thank you. Ask for a motion to approve 04-2026-10, that the board approve step movement for the following certified personnel serving under a continuing contract for the 26-27 school year as follows.
So moved?
Second?
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Mrs. Norton?
Yes.
Mrs. Armini?
Yes.
Mr. Brecht?
Abstain.
Mr. Coltman?
Yes.
Mr. Nesbit?
Yes. Thank you. Ask for a motion to approve 04-2026-11, that the board approve 1-year limited contract for the following certified personnel for the 26-27 school year as follows.
So made.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Mrs. Armini?
Abstain?
Mr. Brecht?
Yes.
Mr. Coltman?
Yes.
Mr. Nesbit?
Yes.
Mrs. Norton?
Yes.
Ask for a motion to approve 04-2026-12. Let the board approve the following personnel resolutions pending proper certification and successful completion of pre-employment testing and personnel paperwork as needed in accordance with scale adopted by the board. And those are as follows.
So made.
Second.
You do, she just doesn't work here.
Yeah, that's true.
Is there any discussion? Go ahead and call the roll there, please.
Mr. Brecht?
Yes.
Mr. Coltman?
Yes.
Mr. Nesbit?
Yes.
Mrs. Norton?
Yes.
Mrs. Armini?
Yes.
At this time, we are going to move to board, no, did I miss something?
Summary.
Summary.
Yeah.
We're just gonna say it.
Here's going.
Sorry.
Yep, yep. Yeah, so at this time, we'll move to board members summary. We'll let you lead the pack, Mr. Coleman.
Just, it's exciting to see a nice big group of kindergartners coming in and a nice big group of seniors moving out. And again, I reiterate to the parents of the 7th and 8th graders taking that home improvement class, best of luck.
Thank you. Mr. Brett?
No report.
Mrs. Norton?
It's just wonderful to see how interested the administration is in coming forth with really interesting programs to keep the kids motivated and doing something that they think is fun, but it is also very educational. Just really nice to see that, that's all.
Absolutely. Mrs. Armin?
So I'm going to get a little bit off what we were talking about. In watching the news over the last couple of days, and I'm watching all these school districts laying off teachers and consolidating and all the things that are going on, I'd like people to be aware that it's not the school systems that are making these cuts. They're making these cuts because of things that are happening at the state level. And I think everyone needs to be aware of what's happening at the state level and what's happening to public education. So while I was watching the news and I was watching kids protesting the fact that the school board and the superintendents were laying off hundreds of teachers, they're laying them off not because they want to. They're laying them off because the state is taking funds away from public schools. And so I want everyone to please be aware of what's going on in the state of Ohio with public education. I can't say it enough to pay attention to it. It's disheartening to me to see in one district 400 teachers and paraprofessionals and bus drivers and cafeteria workers, everybody being laid off at the hands of legislators in the state of Ohio who don't value public education. So please keep in mind as you're watching the news and as you're hearing these things happening at schools, we're not making these decisions because we want to. We're making them because our hands are being forced to make them. So please be aware of public education in the state of Ohio.
Very well said.
My comment.
Thank you. In ending with me, again, I know that a lot of students and staff had fond memories of Mr. Palasla. When I was with Rotary, he was at all the things that they did was always. I remember we were pouring concrete, and he was there in his yellow boots and just working away. So again, our condolences to the family.
The ducks.
Yeah.
John and the ducks.
Yes, that's right. That's
And
right.
the crew.
Yes.
Yeah.
So at this time, I would ask for a motion to move to executive session to discuss matters required to be kept confidential by federal law or regulations or state statutes.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? call the roll, please.
Mr. Coltman?
Yes.
Mr. Nesbit?
Yes.
Mrs. Norton?
Yes.
Mrs. Armini?
Yes.
Mr. Brett?
Yes.
Again, just a reminder, we will be coming out of executive session. There will be a couple of motions that we will deal with, but that probably will be quite some time. So we'll go ahead and adjourn at this time. Thank you.
We're going.